Imagine this, fish falling from the sky right in front of you. Would you believe it? Sounds impossible, right? But this has really happened, in different towns, in different countries, and in different years. It seems unreal, yet the explanation is real and far stranger than you might expect. Welcome to Factiverse, the channel where reality often outshines fiction. Let's dive in and uncover the mystery. In one small town, people walked outside after a storm and found fish on the ground. No river nearby, no flood, just fish scattered across the streets. Some were still moving. People stood there in silence, trying to understand what they were seeing. The sky was clear now. The storm was gone. So the question was simple: how did they get there? This didn't happen in just one place. In Honduras, people have reported fish falling from the sky after powerful storms. In Japan, frogs have been found scattered across towns after heavy rain. In Serbia, villagers woke up to fish covering their streets. Different countries, different years, same impossible scene. There were no rivers overflowing nearby, no floods pushing animals into the streets. Some places were far from water. In some cases, the sky was almost clear before the rain began. So how did creatures that live in water suddenly fall from the sky? Whatever caused this was powerful enough to lift them into the air and drop them miles away. For a long time, people thought these stories were exaggerations, old myths. Storm panic, but scientists noticed something strange. These events always followed violent storms, and the answer was hidden inside the storm itself. Scientists discovered that rare storm conditions, called waterspouts, can act like vertical tornadoes over lakes and rivers. They suck up water and everything in it. Fish, frogs, and small animals can be lifted into the clouds, travel miles through the air, and fall back to the ground when the storm weakens. So when people say it rained fish, it's not a metaphor. It really happened. The sky truly dropped life from above. If the sky can pick up creatures, carry them across the world, and drop them somewhere else, what else is happening above us right now that we never notice? When fish fall from the sky, it feels like the world is breaking its own rules. But sometimes the ground does the same thing, not slowly, not with warning. One night, an entire town simply vanished. Houses, roads, memories swallowed by the earth itself. In 1971, in a small town in Canada called Saint-Jean-Vianney, people went to sleep like any other night. There were no sirens, no warnings, no signs of danger. Then the ground began to move, the earth cracked open, streets split apart, houses began to slide slowly at first, then all at once. Entire buildings were pulled into a massive sinkhole. Some families escaped with only the clothes they were wearing. Others stood in the dark and watching their homes disappear into the ground. By morning, parts of the town were gone. The land was no longer safe to live on. The government made a decision that would change everything. The town was evacuated. Every family was forced to leave. The place where people had grown up, where memories were made, was erased from the map. No war destroyed it, no explosion. Just the earth opening its mouth and taking a town with it. The sky can fall, the ground can open. But sometimes the strangest mysteries don't come from above or below. Sometimes they come as a sound that only some people can hear and no one can explain. In different cities around the world, people report hearing the same strange sound. A low, deep, endless hum. It's not loud, but once you hear it, you can't ignore it. Some people say it sounds like a distant engine, others describe it as a heavy vibration in the air. What makes this even stranger is that most people can't hear it at all. Two people can stand in the same place at the same time, and only one of them will hear the sound. Scientists have tried to record it. Microphones placed in the same locations often pick up nothing. No clear source, no clear pattern. Yet thousands of people across different countries report hearing the same thing. Some hear it late at night. Others hear it in quiet rooms when the world is still. The sound has been reported in the United Kingdom, in Canada, in Australia, and in the United States. Many who hear it say it feels like the world itself is vibrating. Doctors have checked hearing. Engineers have searched for machines. Governments have denied secret projects. And still, the sound remains. Some believe it comes from underground. Others believe it comes from distant factories or deep ocean currents, but there is no single answer. The hum has no face, no location, no clear source. Just a quiet reminder that the world may be making sounds we were never meant to notice. Some mysteries are loud, some are silent, but the most dangerous ones are the ones you can't hear and can't see until it's too late. In 1986, in a quiet village near Lake Nyos in Cameroon, people went to sleep and never woke up. There was no explosion, no storm, no warning, just silence. By morning, over 17 people were dead. Animals collapsed where they stood. Cows, birds, even insects found lifeless around the lake. There was no smell of smoke, no sign of poison, nothing in the air that people could sense. Scientists were confused. How could an entire village die without a sound? The answer was hidden in the lake itself. Deep beneath the water, volcanic gas had been building pressure for years. One night, the lake released it all at once. A massive cloud of carbon dioxide rolled silently across the land. It hugged the ground, filled homes, and pushed the air out of people's lungs as they slept. There was no time to run, no smell to warn them, just invisible air turning deadly. When the sun rose, the village was still. The lake looked calm. But everything around it had changed forever. The sky can fall, the ground can open, the air can kill. But sometimes the world doesn't end with noise. Sometimes the light just disappears. In different parts of the world, entire cities have watched the sky turn black in the middle of the day. The sun didn't set, the clouds didn't look normal. Day simply became night. People stopped in the streets. Streetlights turned on, cars slowed down, and for a moment, no one understood what was happening. Some thought it was the end of the world. Others believed something massive had exploded in the sky. In reality, the darkness came from far away. Powerful dust storms and massive wildfires can fill the atmosphere with thick clouds of ash and dust. When the wind carries this high into the sky, it blocks the sunlight even at noon. The day turns into a shadow, the sky becomes heavy, and the world feels smaller, as if the light itself has been taken away. For a few hours, people live inside a night that shouldn't exist. Then the wind shifts, the dust moves on, the light returns, and the world continues as if nothing happened. When the sky can darken and hide the sun, sometimes it also decides to show its power in ways we can't even imagine. In one place on Earth, lightning never stops. On the shores of Lake Maracaibo in Venezuela, the sky has been putting on a show for centuries. Every night, lightning storms rage for up to 10 hours at a time. Sometimes, lightning strikes hundreds of times in an hour. Scientists call it the Catatumbo lightning, and it is one of the most powerful natural light shows on Earth. The storm occurs almost every night, and sometimes for over 200 nights a year. The strange thing, no other place in the world experiences storms like this. Lightning dances across the sky, reflected in the waters below. It's so bright, some locals navigate by the flashes instead of the moon. And yet, despite the constant storms, the region below stays largely calm. People live their lives beneath a sky that seems alive, constantly crackling with energy, reminding us nature has its own rhythm and it doesn't follow human rules. When the sky can darken and hide the sun, it can also reveal its power in ways we can't imagine. In one place on Earth, lightning never stops. In the middle of Death Valley, one of the hottest places on Earth, rocks move on their own. No hands touch them, no animals push them. Yet over time, they leave long trails behind them in the desert floor. For decades, people thought this was impossible. Some believed the wind was moving them. Others believed something unseen was at work. The rocks were heavy, some weighed more than a person. And yet they slowly changed position as if the ground itself was guiding them. For years, no one saw them move. Only the trails were left behind, proof that something had happened when no one was watching. Scientists finally placed cameras and trackers on the stones, and what they discovered was stranger than expected. On rare cold nights, thin sheets of ice form beneath the rocks. When the sun rises, the ice cracks and melts. Light winds slowly push the rocks across the wet surface. The movement is quiet, almost invisible. But over time, the stones travel, leaving their paths behind them in the desert. The rocks never meant to move, but the world beneath them decided otherwise. The rocks of Death Valley move silently, guided by forces we can barely see. But what if the world could light up on its own in ways that seem impossible? In Puerto Rico, there are bays where the water glows at night. Step into these waters and every movement sparks a trail of light. Fish swimming, waves crashing, even a paddle through the water leaves shimmering blue streaks behind. Scientists call this phenomenon bioluminescence. Tiny microorganisms in the water produce light when disturbed, but seeing it in person feels like touching magic. The glow is so bright at times that the water looks like liquid stars. People travel from around the world hoping to witness this glowing spectacle. The bays change color depending on the season, the moon, and even the tide. A night on these waters reminds us that the world holds wonders far beyond what we can imagine. Some wonders glow in the night like the water itself is alive. But in Antarctica, the ice hides a secret far more shocking, a river of blood frozen in time. In the coldest place on Earth, Antarctica, a strange red waterfall pours from the Taylor Glacier. At first glance, it looks like blood staining the pure white ice. For decades, scientists were puzzled. How could water turn red in the middle of frozen Antarctica? The answer is chemical, iron-rich saltwater trapped beneath the glacier oxidizes, turning a deep red as it seeps out. But the sight is terrifying. Against the icy white background, the Red River looks alive as if the glacier itself is bleeding. The waterfall flows slowly, year after year, creating a surreal, eerie scene. It reminds us, even in the most frozen, lifeless places, the Earth has secrets that shock and inspire. The sky can fall, the ground can open, the air can kill, the waters can glow, and even ice can bleed. The world is full of mysteries, some we can see, some we can feel, and some we'll never truly understand. Here on Factiverse, we explore the impossible and uncover the stories that make reality stranger than fiction. If you enjoyed this journey, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications, because the world is full of secrets and Factiverse is where you'll find them. Until next time, keep watching, stay curious, and